In this last section, we're going to go over your projects. Now, projects are a great way to illustrate your technical capabilities, especially when you don't have work experience. For example, you can complete the internship simulations on our platform and then list them on your project section. And it's a good way to showcase to employers that you've got the technical skills to do the job, even if you haven't had any sort of formal work experience. So let's have a look and see how we can put these projects on our CV. So this specific project is based off the dot-plot internship simulation. So we do follow the exact same format as mentioned before, which is the CAR technique. So context, action, results. So in this case, we list the name of the project. We have when we did the project and the respective GitHub repository. So in this case, this is just a generic GitHub repo, but you'd include the repo that you use to solve the problem. So if someone wants to learn about what you've completed, then they can have a read on your GitHub. Tech stack. It's just a quick way for anyone glancing. So remember, we mentioned before that employers look for about 6 to 7 seconds. So if they immediately want to see what tech stack you've used, this is probably for technical recruiters, they can see exactly what you used. So as mentioned before, C for context. Developed a PACS system with EMR integration to allow radiologists to view patient historical data, cancer history, and breast scans via ultrasound data in a single view. So that's setting the context, so we know what was being solved. A for action, designed and implemented a visualization tool, allowing radiologists to generate 3D torso, plot the location of the breast lesion based on given coordinates. So that's action. So you built a visualization tool, that was the action you took. And the result, produced a product development report, included initial prototypes and designs, MVP scope, user stories, prioritization matrices, and solution fit based off given stakeholders. In this case, the result was you produced a product development report. We follow the same process, context, action, results, and it's just a great way to illustrate your technical competence to an employer. One last thing, when you do need your GitHub repo, you want to make sure that the GitHub repo explains what the project is about in more detail. So there will be a README file in that GitHub repo. So make sure that you add more detail and you add pictures. So for example, if a recruiter reads this and they're like, this seems really interesting, I want to know more, they click the repo and you have pictures of it explaining it from a technical viewpoint. So for example, the tech stack, but also a non-technical viewpoint. So what's the problem it's solving, and include pictures. This will be a great way to stand out because it will illustrate that you've actually done the work properly and then you've documented it well in the GitHub repo. So that concludes the project section. As mentioned before, if you have more projects you've completed, please list them on your project section, and you can reduce the size of your work experience section or extracurricular, especially if you're applying for technical roles.